And we are back for another one.
What up?
The Cowboys Show in OG State of Mind. I'm your man, T. Drake.
Yes, sir, and I am Coach T, and we are I-70 Entertainment, coming straight from Columbus, Ohio, the capital city. What up, Cowboy Nation?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Always by the way of Dayton, Ohio, 937.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 weeks in a row. Back to back.
Snap. That's all right. That's
Yeah,
all right.
I don't care who the opponents
are. You happy about that?
I am happy to be a winner as a Cowboy. I think you mean as far as the draft and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't deny us for the victories, Coach, but there's a part of me that, still thinking about that draft position. But, hey, at this point, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
My guys are talking that we back.
Yeah.
My man number 11 talking about we going to go on a run. Hey, let's just see what it do.
He don't understand there's two sides, man. Not only the defense.
That is what's up.
But we got to play offense, too. That's tough here, buddy.
It is. So, Cowboy Nation, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You're breaking your time with your family was well worth it. At least the Cowboys didn't disappoint us.
Yeah, you were thankful for that.
I was. I got a little worried there, but we found a way to pull it off.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing we'll start off the day with is talking about something we've been talking about probably the last 2 to 3 weeks. Mike Zimmer's defense is getting better. He's getting better. Not only is it just Mike Zimmer and his putting people in the right position, but we got some guys now that's buying in, I think, to the whole program of what he's trying to get done on that side of the ball.
Man, we were in the beginning. We were not gap sound. We were not disciplined. But now you can see we're doing pretty well against the run, man. Besides the quarterback, we let Drew Lock get a couple runs off. You take the quarterback out, and they're below 4 yards a carry with the running backs. So we're doing a pretty good job against the run, man, and getting them in passing situations, and we're rushing that passer. And it doesn't hurt to have a healthy Micah Parsons. He makes everybody on that D-line better.
He really does, man. And sometimes I think Micah, his numbers don't jump out sometimes at you because of all of the. If you watch the guy, number 11 goes through at least 2-3 people sometimes before he gets a registered sack, which is amazing. His strength and how he plays. But, yeah, it seems like exactly like you said, Coach. Guys are starting to buy in. Mozzie. Somebody gave that guy the smelling sauce. He done woke up.
Right.
He looking good, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. Real. And I don't care who the person is that's in front of him. Anything positive for this guy is good for us as Cowboys fans.
Absolutely.
Like you said, man, it was the pressure that Zimmer is calling and the way our guys are getting there, and then we're getting good coverage on the back end.
We're tackling after the catch.
Yeah, making some good tackles, man. Really good tackles. Yeah, it really are, man. And like that's the thing. And we were just talking. We think Butler is going to be lost for the season, but for a guy to come up from the practice squad and to play the way that he did, he really has bought us some time. So hopefully that we'll get Diggs back. Bland is back in the fold. Yeah. Jordan Lewis has been playing as one of the better defensive backs for us this year.
Absolutely, he played a lot outside.
He did, man. And now it's just like the defensive play. Of course, hats off to Overshawn and what he's showing us, what he can do from that linebacker spot as an athlete, as a pass rusher. He gets a little ahead of himself, but he break down and make some tackles. Man, he's going to be a Pro Bowler.
And you got to stop and think like, hold on, he's basically a rookie because he didn't even play last year. So to see what he's doing now, the future is super bright. I'm excited, man.
Yeah. And I don't know how the whole coaching thing will shake out, Coach T, as far as what direction we go next year. But I will say, man, I Mike Zimmer is the guy who I thought he was. At first it was a little bit of doubt. Maybe the game had passed him, but
absolutely, yes.
You get this guy some real meat and potatoes on that defensive line. If he was to be around with us, I'm confident, man, that defense is going to be really, really good, man.
Yeah, and now I'm understanding what Micah was talking about when he had so much confidence and we were just getting throttled. But now I see what he was referring to as far as the scheme and Zimmer, man.
And I think he figures some things out too. Like I'm not seeing Kendricks being in a lot of bad positions now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where he's getting caught. Looked at him. He led us in tackles, 7 tackles, 3 assisted tackles on top of that, and he had a sack as well. So those are really good numbers from a
One of the
guy.
forced fumble too. Kendricks, didn't he cause that fumble?
You got it
Recovery?
right there. FF forced fumble.
Yeah,
Man. He played very well, Coach.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So, like you said, Zimmer just stayed the course. He's confident in that he knew what he was doing. And once those guys fully bought in, then we would be a different team now.
Yeah.
That defense is different.
Yeah, and these guys, a lot of them that have been with us, that are stays that have been with the defense that was under Quinn. Sometimes when you get a new coach come in and he's got you doing different things that you're not comfortable with, you fight it.
Right.
You fight it, and sometimes if you buy in, and I think some of these guys, like you said, getting Parsons back, and it just seems like the guys are following the direction. You know what I'm saying, that Zimmer is giving them, and they're playing well. Right. So. Shouts out to that defense. We couldn't have won that game without you.
We held them at 3 for 12, third down conversions.
There you go. Coach always keeping us up with them stats there. Appreciate that. But, yeah, that's big, man.
Yeah.
And, let's talk about on the offensive side of the ball, because the guy you've been preaching about all season, give him the ball. We gave him the ball.
Finally gave him the ball, yeah. Over 20 carries, yeah. And he had 100 yards for us with a tutty. So, I mean, especially with Cooper Rush in there now, we have to lean on the running game, man.
Yeah, and it may have been a blessing in disguise. I know Dak, we're not getting him back this year, so it is Cooper Rush moving forward.
Right.
It just, to me, is something that the coaching staff was reluctant to do. I don't know if they thought that, they didn't believe in Dallas.
Right.
Or whatever it was, but they just would not stick with that run. And it's really good to see that you can run the ball, and not only just run the ball with the linemen that we have in there.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that, Coach, because I know you've been all on top of the offensive line.
Hey, man. We had Tyler Smith came back this week, so we still were missing Zach Martin, and I was anxious to see who was going to be. Was it going to be T.J. Bass, or was it going to be Brock Hoffman? And we left Brock Hoffman in there, man. He's a nasty dude, man. And he's on our team, so that's a good thing as long as he's not giving us those personal foul penalties. But, man, I like his nastiness. He likes to finish blocks. And he did a pretty good job holding down the fort, man.
He did. You brought out something because, like, we've been watching on that tape. We kind of inside joke. We know that guy. He might get a personal.
Yeah,
because he's usually tussling with somebody underneath the pile or getting into it at the end of the play. But sometimes you need a nasty guy like that.
Yes, sir. I'm with you there, man.
Seemed like the line has been playing even with these guys a lot more physical and getting after people. But yeah, just to piggyback off what you were saying, man, Rico looked very good. You always say he always finishes runs falling forward,
right?
Positive. And he just ran, man. It just gave him opportunities, man. And he got behind his guys and he moved the ball. Tight end play. Seemed like we're really leaning on that tight end now with Rush. What did you see from the tight ends out there? Anything jump out at you with Schoonmaker and those guys?
I want my guy back, Ferguson, because if he's getting those catches and or whatever, I mean, it'll be a lot more explosive, man. But I mean, the tight ends have done a decent job, in holding down the fort. But I'm just disappointed that when Ferguson was out there, he wasn't getting these types of balls, man. Balls, you know what I mean? So I'm just, I wonder, because I'm hoping he'll be back by Monday night against the Bengals or whenever we play. I'm hoping he'll be back, and I'm hoping he can get some of those deeper passes rather than 3 yards from the line of scrimmage and go ahead and make something happen.
Yeah,
give
that
him
would
some
be
of those
nice.
Across the middle.
That would be nice, man. It just seemed like with Cooper Rush, man, we don't throw that ball deep downfield. Like you said, the one game that stuck out of me was when he had to throw the ball long to Jalen. Was it Jalen Brooks?
Yeah.
Couldn't get it out there. No. Just Jalen
Right.
Brooks pretty much outran his arm.
Right.
But yeah, man. Just on that, I just was looking. Schoonmaker, 6 targets, 5 catches, 33 yards. I think the biggest thing, and I think something that I have to even kind of apologize about is Brandon Cooks. You know what, man? You know, I think watching it from a fan is just that when he's not, he's just unavailable a lot.
Right.
And I think he plays hurt a lot. He's just one of them guys that's kind of always banged up.
Right.
But, man, when he's given opportunities, Brandon Cooks is still a very good wide receiver. And it kind of reminded us, like, hey, we ain't had this guy for a while. So it was
absolutely
good. It was good to see him back out there.
Really good to see him.
What did you catch as far as Tolbert and them guys? Did you see them getting any separation? You know, anything better from those guys that you saw, Coach?
Not too much. Okay. Not too much. I just don't like, man, that we're, you know, McCarthy doesn't seem to know how to lean on the run game. You know, he wants to. He still has that itch to pass the ball. Like the first time we were down in the red zone, we go 3 straight passes. Yeah, you know, and it's just like, man, we don't have Dak, even though Dak wasn't having his best year. We don't have that, man. Let's lean on this run game. Let's get the pass off of the run. Let's do that, man. And because we've been having decent success. Like we've said this all year. You know, Rico was averaging 4 yards a touch.
Yep.
Let's see what he can do. So we have to lean on that, man. I think that it has to be our identity going forward, man.
I think so too, man. It's just like, you know, to me that makes things a lot more simpler. You got a guy who don't have the big cannon. You know, I mean, he's not throwing it deep down the field. So play action is going to have to work. And if you're able to run the ball, then your play action is going to be on point.
Right. I'm with you there. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So one thing I noticed was there was a attention to try to get the ball to Mingo. I mean, they had a lot of packages, man. I think he had four targets, 1 reception. They wanted to prove that was not a mistake in bringing Mingo in. And right now, he hasn't been able to catch fire or did anything to make you say, man, that pick was warranted. And you know how we talk about fourth round picks, man. Those are priceless.
No, we don't care about it. We just throw one out to Lance for Trey Lance. We're gonna throw one out for Mingo. Right. I mean, what routes have we thrown Mingo?
What routes do we run? Comebacks. Quick hitch.
Can we get him a little quick slant or something across the middle, man? Can we get that big body?
He's supposed to be a big body guy, so you know, I ain't have you saw the jump ball yet? Like, you know, he's supposed to have the physical hands. I haven't seen it. Cowboys fans, I don't want to just say that the guy is a wash, but right now we just haven't seen it, and it felt like this play was something to give the fans something to say, hey, Jerry did something, you know.
But I don't know if I'm confident in Mike McCarthy just being able to draw something up to get him the ball like that, man.
Okay.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. We did have a lot more crossing patterns this game and getting passes across the middle, and you know the couple of them to Brandon Cooks. You know, let him outrun the guy a little bit, man.
Right? Because we running it a lot. Like it almost looked, you know, to the wrestlers looking at like you guys out here running big plays, like in basketball. Y'all screening, but it was a good to see Mike McCarthy make that attempt to try to get some plays. You know, where those guys just run away from the defenders because we get killed on it a lot.
Yes, sir.
A lot.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about special teams, Coach? We've been keeping an eye on special teams. We ain't had no fake punch this game.
That's a positive, man. That's a positive, man, because, that what's his name, Fossil?
Yeah, you're not a big fan of Coach Fossil.
He came in with all the tricks and, you know, the bells and whistles. Like, we're instead of just being a solid group.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of talk about this guy. Came highly recommended. He was a juggernaut in the league and, you know, a guru as far as drawing up plays. He's had a few things that have happened. I remember him getting off a couple of little plays, but for the whole holistic part of it, his coaching tenure, it hasn't been all that good. So, but no. Yeah, nothing stuck out there.
No, not at all. But if you want to talk about special teams, we never talk about the punter. He does a great job.
Yeah, man. That's why we don't talk about him, because that guy is usually, you know, we get stuck down around our own goal line. He pulls out a 60+, you know, gives our defense a chance, you know, to play field position.
Yes,
so not a lot there, but that's a great point, Coach. He doesn't get a lot of attention or talked about.
He does his job.
Yep. Thought Malik Hooker in the safeties played better. Played better. You know, like we said, we got Wanye in there. Wanye ended up getting hurt. He's going to be out for a few weeks. I don't think it's season ending, right?
Right. No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's meniscus or something.
Okay. Jordan Lewis continues his stellar play.
Enjoy Jordan. This is his last go-round with us. Enjoy him.
Yeah.
Can't sign him out.
No, we can't. And he's been really good, you know, especially, you know, playing that nickelback for us. But, you know, I eventually think that as good as Bland has played, you got Diggs, you know, should we say Carson's is we could look Carson's will be one of those guys battling for an inside position.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I definitely think we've got some guys. I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep Israel as well.
We might be able to. But I'll be curious to see if they, you know, how well Carson develops outside because, man, you remember Bland was just stellar as the when Jordan Lewis came out his rookie year. He was a man inside.
Yep, he was.
So,
He was, man. He was. So you know,
we'll
some of these guys, you know, up front too. I don't want to forget to give a shout out to Osa. Osa, along with Mozzie this week, really were solid, getting off of blocks, shutting down that line so that, you know, Giants weren't able to get rolling with that run game. So
absolutely. And you know what? Again, we're going to go back to what's my man, Micah Parsons.
Yes, sir.
Since since Micah has gotten back, Osa has gotten 2.5 sacks. He has 3 for the year. But since Micah has returned, he has 2.5 sacks. Been a lot more disruptive, man. Mozzie in these past few games, I don't, you know, I'm not saying it's a direct relation, but it's.
No, I think you hit you're on it. You're on top of it because I don't have the luxury now of giving up an extra lineman. You know what I mean, to throw at Osa when I got this guy number 11 coming off the end like a bandit.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get that help there. So Osa and them guys are getting back to getting some one-on-ones, and they eating, man.
As they should.
They're eating.
And we might get my man back this week, D-Law.
That would be even better. You know, and that's one thing, Cowboys. We know every week that, you know, regardless of who's on the injured list, that we have to go out there and play, but you really sit back and think about all the pieces that we've had missing just on that defense. You know what I mean? And you just see it getting healthy, man. But just a shout out to Micah Parsons on the inside. Micah was productive against the Giants as he generated 6 pressures on 36 pass rushes, 16.7% pressure rate.
That's pretty good.
He is, man. He is, man.
He's a man. And he's had 5.5 sacks in the 4 games since he's been back. So,
yep.
You know, you're not going to use one of those guys, Mark, to block him for anybody else. So they got to continue to eat because he's making defenses pay.
Yep. You know, one thing too, though, I want to give Cooper Rush a little bit of a nod is that, man, Cooper Rush don't play about getting that ball out. You don't see Cooper Rush, man. He don't have a lot of sacks, man. You know, if you really get to Cooper Rush, you get in there because Cooper Rush gets that thing out his hands.
I'm glad you said that. I look at some of that film. I'm like, why'd he throw it to him? If he'd have just waited a beat, this guy was wide open.
You know, they teach them guys, they say that's great when a guy got like a clock in his head. And that guy, man, it gets like, I was just looking at this right here, man. Rush completed 7 of 20 passes for 86 yards and a touchdown on passes with a time to throw of over 2.5 seconds. Under 2.5 seconds.
Gosh.
This guy does not play. So, you know, that's why a lot of the routes are so short because guys can't get down the field before that thing coming and get your head around too because you might miss it. But, man, Cooper Rush, man, we was real hard on in that first game they wrote out.
As we should have been.
Oh.
He was terrible.
Yes, he was. But as a backup quarterback, man, for what this guy has done, and he's a MAC guy, shout out to the Mid-American Conference. But, you know, he comes in and he's very serviceable. And at least, you know, when you lose a quarterback like that, could look like the Giants, where a guy can't do nothing but run around. Yeah, that guy there though, but he scramble game though was he was effective as a scrambler. Rushed team high 57, as Coach had mentioned earlier, and a touchdown across 4 scrambles. So really getting it done. I think we held neighbors.
Yeah, we had him in check pretty.
Nothing super explosive,
Nah.
but he's going to be a good one. He is going to be a
absolutely.
good one.
Absolutely, he's explosive.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Dangerous.
sir. Yes, sir. So, good game all in all, Cowboys fans. Wanted to get on here after Thanksgiving, share the love, feel as a family, because this is good. 2 weeks in a row, man. We feeling back a little normal.
2 in a row, yeah. Now we got the Bengals coming in, so.
And both teams are, I believe, do we share identical records?
If they win today, I think they'll be 5-7 also.
Okay, yep. So our teams have kind of been parallel as far as just, this year has not been a year. We've both been good teams, and it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. So there's definitely going to be some challenges there anytime you have that receiving core and that quarterback.
That's what I want to see. How we defend this defense.
Yeah. So then
this offense rather.
No, great. I understand where you're going. Yeah. You're saying now we'll be able to really sit down here and say that the defense has really got better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we will be tested.
Yeah, man. So Cowboys Nation, we just wanted to get on, come at you, give you this content. Coach, I always like to give you the parting shots. What you got for us?
Ain't got nothing, man, but enjoy this, man. I told y'all it is what it is. We Cowboys fans. We up with the highs, we down with the lows, but we always with us. So it is what it is. Enjoy these 2 games, man, and continue to root on the guys, man. And as always, one love, man.
Yeah, man. Enjoy this Sunday. This Sunday is just a day we can sit back and watch the other teams around the NFL and don't have to have the stress of what we going to do until Monday night.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it for me, Coach. You got anything else?
No, sir.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Yes, sir.
As always, subscribe, hit that like button.
Yes, please. Yeah.
We appreciate it, and we will see you next week. I'm your man, T. Drape.
And I am Coach T. Enjoy.
And we are out of here.